Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright but cloudy day. It is Wednesday the 30th of July. I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea. And a box of items to unbox. Quite a heavy box this time. Some of which I will be able to show you clearly, some of which I will not, for reasons I will explain. So the first thing I'm going to pull out of here is the one thing that I can't show you in any detail. Because all of these things, okay, have come from DCC Day 6, which took place on Saturday the 19th of July. Now I know it's the 30th of July, but unfortunately, due to a delay in international shipping, those of us outside of the United States didn't get any of the content for DCC Day 6 until yesterday, Tuesday the 29th. So, what did you actually get part of the DCC Day kit, and what was available to pick up or purchase and so on? So the biggest thing to purchase was this limited edition copy of the rulebook. Very nice it is too. It's a copy of the standard rulebook. There's really, it's going to be a nice cover. It's going to be a decent binding. I can't open this because this has to go back on the shelf of the store where I literally just borrowed it from overnight. So what else did you get? Well, there was some promotional material, so I'll get that out of the way first. Now, there is a thing about Dungeon Crawl Classics DCC Day, published by Goodman Games, that its fans really love, and there are some fans that really love it. So they will be quite happy to go and pick up whatever DCC Day or DCC sundries they can. And in this case, it includes several bookmarks. And so I'll show you those first. And you can see they're illustrated by a range of essentially the house artists that Goodman Games maintains for Dungeon Crawl Classics, Mutant Crawl Classics, the Dying Earth series of scenarios, and of course, and Lankmar as well, and more recently, Hexcrawl. So I'm just going to show you those. So some fantastic artwork on all of these. Including there one that's an advert for the Hobbinomicon. The Hobbinomicon is an ongoing fanzine series by Doug Kovacs. I've got some issues of that to actually unbox. I've got some issues of that to review, and I'm going to be doing that very soon, because coming up at the end of August is another bank holiday here in the UK, and what that means is another fanzine focus for me, and I can review some fanzines. I rarely get the chance to edit some fanzines. Not saying that I can't, not saying that I haven't, because that's certainly the case. So what else did you get? The two free books, or the free book, the first of which, the free book is this. This is the DCC Day 2025 Adventure Pack. This is for two games. It's Dungeon Crawl Classics and Hexcrawl Classics. And what you get in here is two adventures, one for Dungeon Crawl Classics for the fantasy role-playing game, and one for Hexcrawl Classics, essentially the what if American-style wrestling was made into a death sport, but it was actually Dungeons and Dragons, if you see what I mean. So essentially Dungeons and Dragons as an arena sport and a death sport. So there's two of those. I did actually play through the scenario for Hexcrawl, the Baltic Crawl Blitz on DCC Day. We did actually have a DCC Day event at my local store, which was Wayland's Forge here in Birmingham, and it's Neve who has kindly provided me with all of these items so that I can do a very late preview and unboxing of them. The second thing is the key to Castle Whiterock. This is a scenario for Dungeon Crawl Classics. It comes out ahead of the crowdfunding Castle Whiterock campaign, which is due soon. Castle Whiterock is a big campaign setting. It was Dungeon Crawl Classics 51, and we're on 108. It was for Dungeons & Dragons 3.5. 2000 came out in 2007. Big box set, difficult to get hold of. I've tried, and now Goodman Games is redesigning it, refunding it, and giving you the options of purchasing it as either a campaign scenario for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition or for Dungeon Crawl Classics, which it has not appeared for previously. And the curious thing, of course, is that Castle Whiterock, DCC 51, actually had its own previews for back in the day for Free RPG Day, and the forthcoming Castle Whiterock, essentially Castle Whiterock Mega Dungeon, has had its own preview this year for Free RPG Day, and that was both for Dungeon Crawl Classics and 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. This is just for Dungeon Crawl Classics. What next? The other thing available for on limited release, as well as this really quite lovely hardback. It's very nice, but despite my supplier wanting me to buy it, I'm not going to. Is the 7th Thrall of Sezrekan. Now, this will be familiar if you've watched any. Actually, may not be familiar because I've not actually released that one yet. But this is a 0-level funnel written by Harley Stroh, and it. This is the limited edition version with, you know, the really nice cover, specifically released for DCC Day 6. I have looked through this adventure. I really like it, and it's as a funnel. What's really nice about it is it's written by Harley Stroh, whom is a really good writer for Dungeon Crawl Classics. I really like his scenarios. I keep reviewing them, and I really enjoy what I see in them. Okay, so there's that. You could put this is an item which you could purchase. Similarly, this was available to purchase. So there is also Orbital Intelligencer issue 1. Okay, this is an ongoing magazine. This is the first issue, and it's completely free. Let's have a look. It's from the same people who do Terror of the Stratus Fiend, and it's really bringing sort of like a series of science fiction or science fantasy elements to the play of Dungeon Crawl Classics. Completely free, but it will be available for sale later on. So you, if you were there on DCC Day, excuse me, on Saturday the 19th of July, you would have been able to pick up a copy of this. So, excuse me. Slight tickle in my throat. I'll look up a couple of other things here. So we have Saturday morning crawls, Karven Shaole, I think, I'm not quite sure. So the Karven Shaole, yeah, it is Karven Shaole, because it takes place in the Karven Shaole mountain range. I'm not saying Karven Shaole for fun of it. This is from Keyboard Optional Games. It's a simple 3-encounter introductory scenario for higher level characters, designed to introduce Sunday Matinee Crawls, Karven Shaole, the Icy Realms of the Giants. Sorry, that's the name of the product, but it's producing, it's Saturday Mutant Crawls, the Ice Bridge of Kol Tharn. So it's essentially a preview of a forthcoming adventure from this publisher. And this is for a like this. This is one of a number of handful of items from third-party publishers for who release content compatible with Dungeon Crawl Classics. We have got another bookmark. That's for Xylem. which is a really lovely little fanzine. I've reviewed a couple of issues and really liked it. And then we have Safeworm, a Dalliance for Dungeon Crawl Classics, Dalliance for Dungeon Crawl Classics, little mini adventure. It's really quite small, so it's going to be interesting to see how long I'm going to talk about that when I come to do an unboxing. So there's bookmark, and then last of all, there is a trifold pamphlet adventure. You don't normally get these for Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's usually for role-playing games such as Bourge and Mothership, and also Cyborg have all kind of made use of this format. And this is Aufgebläht, or Bust, a Hexcrawl for Dungeon Crawl Classics. And you can see everything fits on the inside of this basically trifold pamphlet. You've got the Hexcrawl itself, all the details, a bestiary, the specifics of the sort of like basically the playtesters and credits and so on, and some rules on traveling and camping for it. On the inside and on the back you have the blurb. So that's everything released for Dungeon Crawl Classics, and also Hexcrawl for Dungeon Crawl Classics Day number 6, which took place on Saturday, July the 19th in the United Kingdom and elsewhere, but didn't actually have the product for the international audiences until yesterday. Anyway, that's the way of things. But if you were lucky enough to be at Dungeon Crawl Classics DCC Day 6, then you may have been lucky enough to pick up these books. But if you're in the UK or elsewhere, then you may want to check with the hosts of the event. I know some are actually holding a bit later than others because it was delayed. Go check that out again and find out whether you can pick up some of these items. This looks to be very good. I've already this is a decent little scenario, especially if you are playing or planning to play Castle Whiterock, and this is it just looks to be a great funnel written by one of the better Dungeon Crawl Classics authors. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you will see me out here with a box, typically containing a book or game or role-playing supplement, or in this case, the various releases for Dungeon Crawl Classics DCC Day number 6, which I will then talk about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.